You're watching the 420 Pace, found at 420pace.ca.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Marijane. He's the Noobie,
She's the Doobie, and this is the show
where we tote cannabis
talk.
from both sides.
Is that even possible?
This podcast is for adults only, should not be used as a meal replacement, and may contain nuts.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Noobie and the Doobie. My name's Timmy. I am the Noobie.
Marijane, also known as the Doobie.
And today we are decked out in some 80s, what would it be described as? 80s, it's not memorabilia, 80s
Style?
fashion, stylish clothing, because today is Duran Duran Appreciation Day.
Woo woo.
Woo woo!
Right?
So other than that, what else we got on the show? What else we got on the show other than Duran? I'm so
sorry,
excited.
I'll take any excuse to dress up in 80s garb.
I'm excited
for sure.
about any
Oh,
time
garb, is that it?
garb?
80s garb.
80s garb. We're in 80s garb.
Is that the word?
That jacket is awesome.
This actually is from the 80s. This was my mom's.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Right?
Yeah. I love the earrings match. The
I got those at Kimberly's.
Kimberly's
Deja Vu
Boutique
in
Belleville.
Belleville. Yes, I love her stuff, and it's a consignment store.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you know somebody else is going to be walking around wearing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, before we break down the outfits a little bit more.
Oh yes, what's coming up?
What's coming up on the show?
We've got our word of the week.
And our high five list.
Marijane strains.
Playing a game of strain or no strain, but this time Marijane Baker is the contestant.
Oh, I'm scared now. Not really. And then we have Teaching Timmy.
I love Teaching Timmy episodes.
I was hoping I could scare you.
What have I been taught so far? I've been taught how to roll a joint.
Yeah.
I've been taught how to do weed math.
Yes.
And I've been taught how to make a bong out of a water bottle with a pen.
Yes.
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, and we had to use a lighter, but
Yeah. That was awesome. And so I don't know what today's is. I have some stuff over here, but I don't know how it's all going to unfold. But there's
no folding.
There's no fold
Or unfolding.
Oh, I thought you were going to teach Timmy origami.
No.
Oh, maybe on another day. Hey, do people roll their joints in special origami shapes? Because that would be pretty cool.
You know what's interesting? Some people like to fold the paper in a certain way before rolling a joint. So kind of origami-ish.
Has anybody rolled origami? Has anybody rolled a joint that looks like a swan?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say yes, because if you don't know who Weedstagram is,
right,
you need to look him up.
So he rolls joints.
I've sent you some of his stuff. He rolls crazy joints. That's actually how I met Weedstagram, was at some event somewhere where he rolled this incredible joint. I think he even made the news for rolling a joint that was like a hand.
Hey, what's the craziest joint that you've seen then? In a crazy, not like, because I know people are like, this is the largest joint in the world. But I'm talking have you seen one that's shaped like a gorilla or a goose or
yes.
a monkey? Those are all just random things picked from my brain.
Yes, I'm Cody Van Gogh. That whole time, Cody, I'm sorry, I was racking my brain trying to think your name. He creates masterpieces with weed and papers.
I can imagine you wouldn't want to smoke it afterwards, though.
Honestly, I wouldn't. I probably would purchase it just to leave it on a shelf in a
Right.
cupboard because I mean, I know they can burn. They do burn. I've seen people like these guys roll them especially for events and then they light them, but it's art.
Right. I
It's
can imagine
beauty.
you'd have to be like completely out of weed. Like
smoke
to
it?
sit there and say, am I going to take that off the counter? And am I gonna
No, because probably by then it would be so degraded that you wouldn't want to smoke it.
No.
I mean, like honestly, Cody, if you're, you should probably just have for people like me, use something like oregano instead of cannabis, just to showcase your
Oh,
art.
just to do the art. Yeah, yeah, right.
You know, because
Wait, could you smoke oregano?
I wouldn't suggest
recommend it?
but
not a
there
good
are
substitute?
herbs. There are herbs that have been used for
Well,
many
isn't
years
cannabis an
for
herb?
like tea. You know, like somebody gave me some blue lotus flower recently, dried blue lotus flower, and said it was a blend that I could blend with my cannabis. I'm not really comfortable blending flowers with my flowers.
Right. And you've taught me about flour.
Yes.
Wait, okay. There's flour. There is tinctures. There is edibles.
Yeah.
There are topicals.
Mhm.
And I always feel like I miss one. Wait. Flour, topicals, edibles, tinctures, and concentrates,
Yes, which is also
which
an
is also an extract. Ah!
Yes.
All right, Teaching Timmy is working. Mary Jane Strains is working. Word of the Week is working. I am learning a ton on this show, and hopefully you as well, because we want non-consumers to be watching and listening as well, to kind of break down some of the unknowledge. But I'm sure there's people in the cannabis industry that also, you were saying that people don't tend to use the word flower, and you had talked about that one day, and that's not a well-known term, and maybe somebody learned from that too.
It's more a legal term, yeah. And especially with the words of the week, I'm specifically trying to start at the very beginning. Like we talked about THC and CBD and, hemp. And now we're going through the different types of concentrates. So we've done keef, we've done hash, and then today we're going to do resin. So trying to teach people so that way when they do go into a cannabis store or go online and they see something that says, edible or topical, they can actually know, oh, okay, so a topical is for my skin.
Right.
So they already know that.
Because you don't want to be rubbing edibles on your skin.
Or topicals in your stomach.
Or topicals in your stomach. Yeah, so if you haven't been watching the show, you need to go back to the beginning because you're actually like walking through. Even though all of our shows, I think, function on their own, we do have kind of this flow that, like you said, that you're building, teaching people right from the very beginning and walking through a series. So if you're new to this or you're just interested to kind of learn a little bit more, go back to the beginning, work your way through the episodes. Hopefully you have a lot of fun and learning at the same time.
I think you should go back anyways, just because we had some really amazing guests.
We have.
Early on.
And some great outfits.
That's true, and some awesome outfits. Remember Towel Day?
Towel Day was good.
That was
Towel
fun.
Day was good. Towel Day was a precursor to Naked Day, which we haven't officially set up, but we're,
Naked Gardening Day has already passed.
Yeah,
for
but
this
we'll
year.
eventually get through to Naked Gardening Day.
Yes.
And so basically, we're trying to build a following so that when that day comes, it's an exciting day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so today is Duran Duran Appreciation Day. Is an 80s theme for anybody who knows anything about me. Like the 80s is, well, the 80s is. It's the greatest thing that's ever been created.
It is.
I
was created in the 80s.
You were, yes, absolutely, right? So
And you were born in the 80s.
I was born.
So.
I was born 1980. 1980. Imagine that.
You were still created in the 70s.
Yeah, but
it was like
wait.
you were like, no, I'm not. I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my mom was carrying me for like 8 years. I was like, I'm not coming out yet.
I'm waiting
I'm
to the
not
80s.
coming out to the 80s. The 80s was the greatest thing ever. If you go online, you can actually find. I have a Christmas song,
You do.
but it's more of an 80s tribute, even though it's Christmas themed, and it's just called Santa, Please Bring Back the 80s.
It's like a prayer.
It's a prayer.
Santa.
It is. It's a prayer to Santa. Yeah, and I
It's
think
actually kind of sweet.
there might be a video up there as well when I do the entire my 80s tribute on stage. I'll have to see if that's even up there online. But if you haven't seen that, that will come up again. Usually I do it in the Christmas season.
Yeah, the song on YouTube is great, but seeing you perform it on stage, it's like a 5-minute song turned into a 45-minute.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
It is an 80s. It is an
It's
80s
awesome.
extravaganza. And I wear this. And now, so I even came. So you've got. Let's just. I do want to point this out though. Not only do the colors reflect the 1980s.
Yeah, the
but
shoulder pads.
the shoulder pads. But when we were looking up, because we did a little bit of research on Duran Duran.
Oh yeah.
And we found all these pictures of them wearing like these blazers.
So sexy with these like shoulder
Right?
pads.
And I'm like, you nailed it. You got the color right. You got the shoulder pads. You got the blazer look.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have Duran Duran
And the earrings to
Appreciation Day.
match.
right? Now over here, I didn't go Duran Duran, but I went 80s. Any opportunity I can go 80s. So I'm rocking my Ninja Turtles.
I can't believe you stuck the tag over Michelangelo's face.
It's everybody's least favorite turtle. But anyways, okay, let's not get into that now. I don't like we literally probably lost viewers. I apologize. All Ninja Turtle.
All Ninja Turtles matter.
I wasn't gonna do it, but you did it.
But I said all.
I know.
Or is it every?
I don't. Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, the Ninja Turtles
The
matter.
Ninja Turtles matter. The
Is that
four of
right?
them and the rat.
Michelangelo matters.
He does. Donatello was actually my favorite. I used to play the
purple
video
guy?
game one in the arcade, and he had the rod, and he could like stick it in and leap over.
Careful.
Yep, I know. So okay? So for those
You're
of you who
no
can't
Donatello.
see, no Donatello. No. Normally I can stand up. Okay.
Yeah, you're not in shoes today though, Timmy.
No.
Oh
so
dear.
so these
Careful.
are my shorts.
Those are your shorts. Those are short shorts. Oh dear.
Look at the toe.
Turn a little bit that way.
Oh.
Oh yeah, those are short shorts. Sit and put your foot on the table. There we go. Oh, the socks. The
Right?
socks.
Oh, yeah, look here. There we go. How's that look? Yeah, socks.
I can hear the producer in there giggling. Oh, yep.
So, in the 80s, we liked the short shorts. We liked clothes that didn't fit
And the
properly.
bright colors,
And the bright
right?
colors.
Like the bright
I
socks.
feel like I want to like show my skates more, but these are actually I tell all these in my stage
Can
presentation.
you put one up on the table?
I'm gonna put one up.
Okay.
Yeah. These are rentals, and a whole long story about why I have them, but
Yeah, because they don't have roller skate
No,
arenas
no,
right
and
now
they used
anymore,
to have
so you
roller-
can't rent them.
they literally used to have roller skate arenas like they were like Tim Hortons, like literally every corner. Like, I think the goal was back in the 80s was like, just because it was the 80s, like every 8 minutes you had to come across a roller rink. That was a rule. And,
I honestly think they should bring them back. Personally, they were awesome. Those skates are not so awesome.
They are. I got to find a way to. Okay.
We need to fix it. We need to get you a new rubber stopper. We
Yeah.
need to get it like sealed your foot. It's like
Seal. Kiss
it's
by a
flapping.
rose. I know. Hello. I feel like it's like a Pee Wee Herman show. Pee Wee's Playhouse.
we really should do a Pee Wee show.
Hey, Mr. Roller Skate. Hey, Timmy. How are you?
Wait, they can't see it. Do it again. There we go. It actually looks like a face.
Hello, Timmy. Hello, Timmy. Is that better? It's amazing the amount of work we try to do just to get one good shot. Hello.
You think that's bad? You should see us at home. Oh dear.
Talk through my skates all day long. MJ loves
I
the
meant
state-
trying
the
to
skate
find the
conversations.
right. Don't tell people that.
Okay. All right. Won't tell our secrets. So anyway, so that's why we're decked out for Duran Duran Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
When
I even got the leather on the bottom too.
we're killing it, and I think your hair has been teased up a little bit.
Yeah, I said a couple nasty things to him before we came in the studio, so it's a little
Teasing.
pissed off.
That's so bad. All right. So before we get into, we have a couple. Well, no, we don't. We don't have a couple. We have one 80s themed thing after this. My high five list is
Okay.
80s theme, but the rest of it is
Yeah, my word of the week is not.
it's all cannabis
80s
related.
Yeah.
But so let's go into your word of the week first,
Okay.
and we'll go from there. All right, word of the week. Let's
All
do this.
right. So this week's word is resin.
Resin.
Resin. Not to be confused with that stuff that other people use to do art and, seal things, like maybe your roller skates.
Can resin
I don't
do
think, honestly, maybe, I don't know, but not this resin. This is
that? I
also
actually
known
skate in
as,
these, by the way, in case anyone's thinking they're just props. I go skating with them like this.
yes,
So
on the beach, well,
On
at
the
the
beach.
boardwalk.
yeah.
Well, not the boardwalk, that like paved thing beside the boardwalk.
Yeah, it's impressive. Everyone else on their roller blades,
Yeah,
please.
I'm a rollerblader.
I can do the crossovers.
See, that's funny because I was born in the 80s,
hmm
but I'm a 90s baby
Yeah.
because I was born in like the late 80s.
Yeah.
So everything I know and love is 90s.
Yeah, it's a shame. Some people,
Wow.
Except
for you, you're 80s.
Well, I literally, I don't know. I feel blessed to be one of the chosen ones, right? There was a handful of people in the history of our world that got to really enjoy the 80s at the right time of life, and I just feel I don't know why I was chosen, but I mean I've actually been chosen as a prophet to tell
To bring
people
it
about the
back?
80s. Yeah, there's always one person, kind of like a lampstand.
See, I would have liked to have been around the 60s. That's
Yeah.
where I would have I wanted to go to Woodstock.
Well, 60s was a very cannabis decade.
It was
Right.
just very loving.
80s was very
it was
cocaine.
Acid.
Yeah, that was a whole different. Yeah, I can see. Yeah. Now, mind you, I
You didn't
I don't want to go back
partake.
to the 80s because I want cocaine, but but you wanted the 60s because that would be a very free. Now, but here's the thing, though.
I just
Cannabis
love like
was
the,
so free flowing, but yet it was illegal, wasn't it?
I just honestly, I like the bus. I like the hippie
Oh, I love-
hairstyles. I love the clothing. I love the music. I love the feeling from just there was this like unity, and I kind of feel like you can almost catch a whim of it. Like we went for a walk the other day. How many people were out on the street? There was tons.
Yeah.
And people were smiling. There was like everybody was friendly. Now I know this doesn't happen everywhere, but I really felt like maybe we might be coming into this state of unity again.
Well, they do say they, like, who's they? Like, I mean, how do we know?
Everybody's they.
How do we know who these people are? But somebody says that when we come out of COVID, that we're going to go into like we could go back into like a late 60s, 70s, like a free love, like a very, like people are afraid that when we come out of COVID, everyone's going to, like somehow we've been conditioned and trained to be separate. But I think there's going to be this, so they're saying, yeah, that it's a very close, open, people risking things and
Well,
living.
like the Roaring 20s.
Yeah, that would be a similar thing too. I think that's going to be the case for like entertainment. I think live entertainment. I mean, I'm just happy that I've been able to stay alive financially and just squeak through this period because I do think that the entertainment world, I think live theater, which was dying, is going to come back with a vengeance. But I think culturally, there's going to be this boom of people trying new things and experimenting and dropping, like they say, the great resignation is coming, where people have realized that they want to try different jobs, and some people have already.
Biblical.
Yeah, well, it's not. Well, it could be unless you unless you
coming.
believe it's the end times or whatever. But I don't know.
You
I
just
think
said
there's-
like the Great Resignation.
yeah, that's what it's called, the Great Resignation. It sounds biblical, but
That's
it's-
it. I quit.
I quit. That's what's happening. People are like, I'm tired. I'm tired of working at this job where you overwork me. I've learned a lot about being able to work at home, work at my own pace. I've learned to create new skills. I've learned to start a new business that I could create some income while I wasn't able to do whatever my old job was. And people are realizing that they had these passions, they had these skills, they had these desires, they had these things that they always wanted to do, and then COVID stopped them and they realized they had procrastinated. And there's
I think you're giving people too much credit.
I don't
Honestly,
think so at
I
all.
think there are those people, but you will also have the people that were used to going to a building from 9 to 5 and enjoyed that life. As much as they might have bitched about it on the weekend and, TGIF, they enjoyed the fact that they were able to leave their house and go to an office and chat with people on their break and their lunch and then go home.
Yep.
But now work has changed. So they're doing the same work, but they're doing it at home, paying for their own hydro, their own internet bill, their own phone bill, using their stuff for work. And they're like, why am I doing this when I can find something that's more suitable for myself?
Oh yeah, there will always be a segment of the population that kind of has that. But I do think though there's going to be an opening up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be quite the time for those of us who had to come through it. A lot of people, we were talking earlier just before taping today about the fact that people who complained, I'm bored. It's like, okay, well, you just had a year and a half of COVID. Now you know what boredom can feel like. Now you can't be bored anymore.
So my son, the other day, he says, I'm going for a walk. And I almost fell off my chair because this kid has shown no desire to go for a walk.
Because he has no legs. It'll be like a miracle.
He might as well have no legs, because for the last year and a half, every time I said, I want you to go outside, he'd go, oh, but why? And now he's literally so sick and tired of being in the house that he's like, yeah, I'm getting tired of this.
Yep.
So I feel like whether you said, you didn't have enough time or now you have too much time, either way, you better come out on the other side of this excited to be on the other side of it.
Appreciating life. And like I said, I think it's a time to explore and to try new things.
That was a big rabbit hole to go on from the word
Yeah.
resin.
Yeah, from resin.
Because I didn't even finish the word.
That's what we were doing, word of the week?
We were.
Oh, I thought we were still in our intro.
No.
Okay, all right, let's get back to word of the week, shall we?
Okay. You should put your skate on the ground. Yeah, I seen that look. Okay, so.
Then I wouldn't be able to do that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so resin, also known as live resin, there's a reason why it's called live. Okay, it's because it's made from freshly harvested, flash frozen cannabis buds and sugar leaves.
Okay.
Did you get that? I know that was a lot.
Flash frozen leaves.
Okay, so flash frozen, freshly harvested
Yep.
cannabis buds and sugar leaves.
Okay,
So the
freshly, so they pull it up and they freeze it. It's just like
Exactly.
so it's as good as freshly picked.
Exactly. And the
Okay.
reason they flash freeze it is to preserve the essence of the plant. It also gives you more flavor and aroma.
Okay.
So there is an extraction process that is done immediately after you take the plant material out of the freezer. It is you used a solvent, or you're supposed to use a solvent with it.
Okay.
Most solvents, all solvents, except for water, which I don't think is actually a solvent per se. But as we talked about with hash, right? Like, anyways, it's either like an alcohol or a gas or something like that they would use to extract the resin from the fresh plant material. However, it is extremely dangerous, and people have been known to. That's why I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable telling you what solvent people use, because all this information is online. You can search it yourself. But with that being said, this is extremely dangerous stuff. People have blown up their houses, their apartments, their families. It best to be left to the people with labs that do closed loop extraction. If you're going to Google that.
Closed loop extraction.
Yes, because that is the safe method on how to create that sort of concentrate. And that's why I just purchase that stuff, because I don't know how to do it, and I'm no scientist, and I don't have a lab, and I just leave it to the experts. But that's what live resin is.
So live resin is, okay, let me see if I get this right. It's freshly harvested, flash frozen leaves and buds.
That is put
Sugar
through,
leaves.
yeah, which is put through an extraction process, and then you end up with this like.
Was that the thing that I saw where we went somewhere and they do this press?
That's next week.
Oh, tune in to next week when we talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And very similar. Next week, our word is rosin.
I couldn't believe
is
how
resin.
little you were getting out of the pressing but anyways,
That
that's
depends
a whole
on
different
how
thing.
much trichomes are on the plant.
All right, so tune in next week for that episode.
Yes.
All right, so resin.
Resin.
Every time you said flash frozen, I kept thinking of flash dance.
Oh.
I have this interpretive dance.
And you think of that, I
Flash
think
dance.
of the Flash, like, the super fast superhero.
Yeah, he's so far down my superhero list, I don't even...
Super what?
Super what?
Exactly.
Flash Gordon!
That's why he's never in your thoughts.
I think that's like a
'cause
70s. Was that a 70s show? Flash Gordon.
I don't know.
Anyways, so our high five list today.
High five.
High five. We wanted to specifically, even though we are 80s themes, we did want to celebrate Duran Duran Appreciation Day.
Yes.
What's interesting is that this day is Duran Duran didn't set it up. It was a disc jockey. I can't remember which city he was from.
Okay.
He was a disc jockey, and he just picked this particular day because it was his birthday. So
happy birthday.
yeah, so on my birthday, I am going to officially call it Share Appreciation Day. So Share Appreciation Day is
That's
July
awesome.
21st. So next July 21st, we will all celebrate Share Appreciation Day. But today, because he got to it first, we do Duran Duran Appreciation. So I got these. These are my top 5 interesting facts about the musical band Duran Duran.
Okay.
And if you're in the age group that's like, who? Google them up. Not hard to find, because they were one of the most popular bands in the world. Okay? Get this. They started in 1978.
Okay.
Their first album came out in 1981, which was just called Duran Duran. Okay? For those kids, Duran, Duran. Just use the first word, copy, paste, put it up there, then push send. So 1981. So the bulk of their most famous work were through the 80s. They started in 1978. They were part of the British kind of invasion of stuff that was coming in through the 70s and 80s. 100 million records were sold by Duran Duran. They're on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. 14 studio albums. Okay, you probably recognize some of the songs to this day. Ordinary World, The Reflex.
I'm literally sitting here blank because I don't know.
Hungry
any
Like
of
a
them.
Wolf.
I do know that one.
Right. That one actually was in an earlier episode. We did top 5 new terms for the Munchies, and I said it should just be called Hungry Like a Wolf.
Okay.
That's what that
a
reference
throwback.
was, right?
You like those throwbacks.
I do like those throwbacks. Girls on Film, which was something they had done. It was actually banned on MTV. You remember MTV?
When they actually used to play music?
Yeah, it was banned on MTV and the BBC, but I think everything gets banned on the BBC. And then like Rio. Rio's a great song too. Anyways, I know this is out of your
Yeah.
This is out of your thing, but here you go. Here's
I'm
some
listening.
interesting facts though.
I'm
Interesting
learning.
facts.
Oh, those weren't any of the facts?
No, that was just
Oh.
that was just
I
setting it
learned
up.
so much already. Okay.
Those were just like facts. Like
Like my head hurts
I couldn't
now.
put 100 million albums sold as one of my top 5 interesting facts.
Okay,
It was
so
just an
let's see
interesting
what
fact.
you have for
now
the
we're going for the top
interesting.
5 interesting facts because you found some of those interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about these? Number 5 on Timmy's high 5 list. Princess Diana, the late Princess Diana, one of my favorite princesses of all time, said multiple times publicly that Duran Duran was her favorite band. So the people's princess gives them the stamp of approval. So if you love Princess Di, check out Duran Duran, because
who didn't love Princess Di? She
Right?
was the people's princess.
And if she says Duran Duran is the best, who are we to argue at that point? But true story. She was publicly, and they were flattered, as I would be too.
Yeah.
If she was still around today, I'm sure Timmy Boyle would be one of her favorite comedians. But we'll never know. So we'll just assume that
I'm
would have
like
been her choice.
trying to imagine a world that she still existed.
Right? Sad. We don't want to get into a sad thing. Here we go.
No, it'd be an amazing world.
Number 4 on Timmy's High Five list on Duran Duran Appreciation Day. They used to perform in a nightclub called Barbarella. Okay? So their name came from a character in the movie Barbarella. There was a movie Barbarella with Jane Fonda, I believe, back in what was I have here? 1968. It was a sci-fi film. And there was a character in that movie named Mr. Duran Duran. So they just took off the D's. I don't know why. I don't know why you would just call yourself Duran Duran. It is harder to say. Try saying it. Duran Duran. It makes sense to pull the D's
that's
off.
like the rural
Duran-
juror.
Rural juror.
I'm in that movie, the
rural
rural juror.
Yeah, check out 30 Rock for that reference there. So that's where they named it from. It was actually a character from a sci-fi movie from the 60s called Barbarella, which was the same name of a club that they used to perform in back in England. And his name was Mr. Duran Duran. But I now know why they dropped the D's, because Duran Duran flows better. Number 3 on my list of Duran Duran interesting facts. There were 3 tailors in the band. Now, that's not an interesting fact if you know the band.
Like,
Okay.
by profession or by name?
Nick Rhodes, John Taylor,
Okay, name.
Roger Taylor, Andy Taylor, and Simon Le Bon.
And
Now,
none of them were related.
none of them are related.
Oh, that's messed up.
None of them are related.
I call hashtag bullshit on that. How are they all 3 of them tailors?
Right?
That's like, hey, we're putting out a casting call for all musicians with the last name Baker or Boyle.
Well, they tried putting that out for Le Bon's, and they couldn't find any more. So they were like, okay, let's go. Should we go with Rhodes or Taylor? And they're like, let's go with Taylor. So they went and they got 3. So 3 other 5 bands. It reminds me of my junior high class. Back in junior high, I had in my class, I might not get this exactly right.
Or you
but
say it's Ryan.
No. So there were 2 Tims.
Okay.
Okay, if you were in this class, just understand you'll get the principle, even if I'm not right. There were 2 Tims, there were 2 Andreas, 2 Sarahs, 2 Kathys, 2 Jasons, and I think there was a couple. Did I say Andrea already?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that was it. But literally half our class was made up of 5 names.
You
It
know
was the
why that
weirdest thing.
is?
If you were in that class, you know who you are.
You know what happens?
What?
Everybody watches television. Like, okay, so I named my son Aiden.
Aiden. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because you know him. That's what you've been calling him. So when I named him, I thought it was like super rare. Never heard anybody with that name before. Now, this was 2005. Fast forward, I started hearing about Aiden, Braden, Jaden, Caden, Hayden. And I'm like, what is going on? Payden?
Right now, everybody.
You know what happened? I didn't watch soap operas.
Oh, see, that's why you should watch soap operas.
The hot doctor on one of the soaps was Aiden.
Right.
So all the other women that are pregnant at home
Yeah.
watching soap operas, they're all like, "Oh, Sarah.
That's why.
Oh, Tim."
That's why junior high classes in the early 2000s or late 2000s had 2 Rosses, 2 Rachels, 2 Monicas.
Oh
only
my
one
God, the Phoebe.
5 Phoebes.
Do you know how to spell Phoebe?
Phoebe.
P as in Phoebe, H as in Hebe, O as in Obie, E as in Eb, B as in BB, and E as in hello there, mate.
I'll give you a high five for that one. So 3 Taylors, not related. Number 2 on my list of Duran Duran interesting facts. They actually wrote a Bond song. So, you know, the James Bond movies. So in 1985, it was A View to a Kill with Roger Moore. He was one of my favorite Bonds. And they wrote the Bond song for that.
Oh.
It was called A View to Kill. But this is interesting. It's the only James Bond song that reached number 1 in the U.S. So Duran Duran wrote a Bond song for one of the James Bond movies, and it reached number 1. Only James Bond song to do that. In the UK, it was, I guess recently is relative, but it was only recently passed by Adele's Skyfall, which she did for not Roger Craig, Craig, that guy. His last name's Craig. What's that James Bond guy's name? Michael Craig? Jimmy Craig? Jimmy Craig Corn, and I don't care.
Bond. I'm not into the Bond.
The
only one I know is that dun 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 dun. Oh wait, that's Mission Impossible.
That's Mission Impossible.
See, this is how much I watched
like
those.
Ethan Hunt. Yeah.
I thought it was Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he plays
Oh my
Ethan
God.
Hunt. That's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it might as well be. What's that guy who goes to the Nakatomi Tower?
That's John McClane. And that's
See,
not
thank
funny.
you. I thought it was.
And the number one interesting Duran Duran fact on Timmy's high five list is that they have a board game.
Get
1985.
out. Shut up.
Yeah, an actual board. It's called Into the Arena, and it came out in 1985. A Duran Duran board game. I have not seen
They made some really weird board games. What is that about?
I don't know.
You just
But
know...
I want to find it on eBay. I want to try to find it. Bon Jovi is, I think, one of the best bands. Bon Jovi doesn't have a board game.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I need to now
You
look.
didn't look yet.
Does AC/DC have one? Does Def Leppard have one? They probably have. I bet you they have Monopoly games, like the Bon Jovi Monopoly games. They have Monopoly
there's
games
a Monopoly everything.
There's like a Monopoly Belleville.
There's Weedopoly.
What? Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And Ghettopoly.
Ghettopoly. That's not right.
There really is.
There is?
Yeah.
What's the most expensive street on that one?
I think it's someplace in Oshawa.
It's
like
Canadian game?
Wentworth or something.
All right. Well, if you live on Wentworth in Oshawa, you're famous now. All right. So that was my high five list. Interesting fact. Those were interesting.
They were really interesting.
I think ultimately, though, I enjoyed the 3 Taylor one. But anyways,
I still call bullshit.
we'll look into that, and we'll also find out how we can buy one of those games.
Yes.
Okay. Mary Jane's strain. Let's get into that.
Okay. So this strain is a particularly one that's close to my heart because I just tried this and was knocked on my ass. I don't want to say it. Okay, I was knocked on my ass. I'm just going to say it.
Believe me, we've already lost listeners at this point. So
Visitors. So it's called GMO Cookies, and it's by Spinach. And I generally don't like GMO anything.
Cookies with spinach.
Well, Spinach is the company, the licensed producer that's making the product.
Okay.
But the GMO stands for garlic, mushrooms, no monkeys,
and ostrich.
Onions.
Oakville. Onions.
It's funny because when you go to Pita Pit, they ask you, would you like OMG? And it's onions, mushrooms, green pepper.
Oh, that's smart.
Right? And this is GMO. Guys, Spinach, you failed. It should have been OMG.
Yeah, OMG.
Onion, mushroom, garlic.
Yeah,
because...
But they knew somebody else already did that, so give them some credit.
Well, GMO kind of I was a little hesitant, but of course I'm a researcher and did the research.
What about MOG? Mog.
Mog. That sounds like a game, like those Pogs.
Yeah. Let's play some Mog.
See, that's a 90s thing, too.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Yeah. All right. So GMO Cookies is a very, very strong indica. Comes with percentages THC of 24 to 31.
Okay, from basically what you've been telling me, that's high.
Yes.
Like, I would have a problem with that one.
Yes. Yeah. When I go into the store and they ask me, do you want indica, sativa, or hybrid? I just giggle and say, I don't go by that.
Right. Yeah.
I go by THC levels. I go by licensed producer, like which company makes it, depending on whether it's an edible or, flower. So I'm really willing to try anything once because I like to see what my experience is with everything. So after trying the GMO cookies, it makes sense why you would get these effects, the following effects of euphoric.
Wait, can I guess? Red eyes?
No,
And
I'll
dry
give you
mouth?
that. Those are well, those are possible side effects.
Oh, those are
yes.
side effects. Okay.
Yes. But that's to say with like most cannabis, right?
Oh,
Dry mouth.
Name me a cannabis strain that doesn't give you red eyes and dry mouth. That seems to be a regular theme.
Yeah,
That I'm learning.
I haven't had any yet. Yeah. Those are telltale signs of cannabis consumption. So.
Right now, my mouth is dry, and my eyes are probably
Some
red,
water.
but that's because I didn't sleep well and
It's
I
warm
haven't
in
drank
here.
enough water, and it's warm in here. I'm gonna take off these shorts.
Okay, so with the THC being very high, you get a sense of like just this overall euphoric, drowsy, sleepy, kind of like just chill. This is my
Right.
experience. It was just like a very, very chill experience. So when I was researching the terpenes, it says that it's caryophyllene or caryophyllene. I never know how to pronounce that one.
Carefully. Okay.
Humulene, limonene, myrcene, and neurolidol. And the very interesting thing that that I read on their website, I giggle because I've said this to you before. This weed smells like chicken noodle soup,
Right. Yes.
right?
Yep.
I've said this to numerous people, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it smells like my grandma's chicken noodle soup. And everybody thinks I'm crazy. Now, I'm starting to wonder because Nana used to smoke,
Okay.
and she'd always smoke in the kitchen, and she would always make chicken noodle soup. And I wonder if she used chicken noodle soup to help cover up the smell of her joints.
Oh.
I can't ask her because she's not around anymore.
Right.
But I wonder if because she was smoking weed and cooking chicken noodle soup, if her strain of cannabis triggers this memory of
Okay.
chicken noodle soup for me. So
Well,
I
that's possible.
don't know if that's what it is, but whatever this terpene is that I just stated before, one of those to me smells like chicken noodle soup. And I giggle because when I did research on their website, it says you can't make soup out of it, but it sure goes nicely in a bowl. And I thought, chicken noodle soup. It was like it was confirmed,
Right. Okay.
but not confirmed.
But not confirmed.
And I just want to
But
add
you're on the
that
right path.
the GMO cookies by Spinach
Yep.
is cost friendly. If you can find it at one of your local retail stores, great, because it's all sold out on the OCS website. It is a very like a desired strain because high THC, lower cost.
OMG.
Right?
Right?
GMO cookies.
Mog.
And that's it. That's the strain. Like you just took a drink. That's Mary Jane's strain for the week.
Mary Jane's strain. All right. So now we just talked about a strain. We're gonna do. Usually we do strain or no strain with like the occasional guest. We've played strain or no strain.
Yes.
So there's some on this list that I just wanted to kind of run through with you and see whether you can pick out which ones are strains and which ones are not strains.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm worried about where you got your list.
You
Don't
need-
worry.
You
Don't
don't need to be
worry.
worried.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Strain or no strain with Mary Jane Baker. Who's done this game before? Jenna Way McLean did it, and she did very well.
Mm-hmm.
Who
I
else
think
did it?
that was the only one.
No, I think someone else did it. Doesn't matter. You're going to be able to kill it here. Are you ready?
Sure.
Here we go. Purple monkey balls.
I want to say yes.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
It is, in fact, a strain. Purple
Ah.
monkey balls is a strain, everybody. OMG.
Something I would probably try once.
Right? Okay. So 1 for 1. Lady J.
No. I feel like that's a rapper.
No, that is a G.I. Joe character.
Oh.
I made that one up. She's one
Okay.
of my favorites. She's one of my favorite fictional characters.
And see,
of all
I wouldn't
time.
have known that because I don't watch
Lady
G.I.
Jane.
Joe.
Mafia Burger.
Oh, no. Is it a strain? I've never heard of it.
Why are you so adamant that it might not be?
No.
You convinced?
Yeah, it sounds like a burger restaurant.
It is not a strain. Good for
Okay.
you. You are 3 for 3. I literally came up with that one by going onto a website that said, we will just put 2 words randomly together. And those 2 words got put randomly together.
Mafia burger.
Yeah, but it sounds like it could be a strain name. I would
It
think.
actually, to me, it sounds like it's a restaurant.
Okay. So
With
you're
like
3 for 3.
two shadow guys, like with the hats, the Mafia burger.
I think you're going to get this one. Yeah. Larry OG.
Oh, that's definitely a strain.
So why is Larry an OG? Well,
He
does
was
anybody
grown
know
by
who
the
Larry is?
ocean.
Okay, all right. 4 for 4. Moon Climax.
Oh, no.
Wow, you're nailing this thing. That's 5. 5 for 5. You're going to pass no matter what you do with these next ones. Smurfberry.
Okay, so my brain is saying that sounds like a strain somebody would name if they didn't know what the bag was. And they'd be like, oh, it's like blue, and I'll call it Smurfberry. So I'm going to say no.
It is a strain. I thought it would be like
okay.
a cereal.
Okay.
Like a children's cereal.
Do you know who it's by?
I do not know, but it is a strain.
I wanna
Type in
look that up.
Google Smurfberry. So you have 5, and 1. And last one, Papa Shango.
No. I feel like you're trying to trick me with that.
That is, in fact, a wrestler.
And I did not know that either.
He was a voodoo expert, Papa Shango. He creeped me out. He was on wrestling. Well, that
No.
was good. You got you got 6 out of 7. Very good.
I'm sad though I didn't get a perfect game.
I know Smurfberry.
I take competitions very seriously.
Smurfberry. Well, Google it up. You just make sure if you want to fact check it and let
Smurfberry.
people know later
I
on whether
will.
or not you
You know
nailed
what's
it
so
or not.
funny? Do I have a minute to tell them very
You do.
quickly about Alexa?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, I was being quiet for a second because if you are listening to Alexa right now, I apologize.
Hey Alexa, turn off bedroom lights. Just in case.
Yeah. So I like to play Song Quiz. It's a game you can play with it. So you just activate your device and then say, open Song Quiz. And the other day, it asked me, just like it always does, what genre would you like to play? And I said the 90s, just like I always do. And it said, who's playing? I said, it's MJ. They said, from where are you playing from? And I said, my bedroom. Because I never say where I'm from, right? And earlier that day, I had played Song Quiz and said I was the magnificent Miss Mary Jane Baker from the land of Cannabis. Because I thought I was just being smart and I was having a little bit of fun. Turns out, I go to play and it says, your opponent is the magnificent Miss Mary Jane Baker from the land of Cannabis. And I was like, oh no. So no matter what I do,
So
I can't lose.
So you were playing with yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did
Is
you-
it
and did
weird
you
that I
win?
was in the bathroom at the time?
Did you win?
I thought we went over this. I was playing myself.
So you did win.
Yes, I won. I remembered I have to say yes. Okay. Yes,
All right,
I won.
cool. All right. Nice.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alexa drives me crazy. I hate when she says, I'll be like, Alexa, turn off my bedroom lights. And she'll be like, turning off just turn the
You
lights off.
don't even
Alexa.
have Alexa.
Oh, yeah, I have Google. That's
Is that
I
why
have
you
Google.
hate Alexa? Because she's not even at your
Okay,
house?
fine. I have Google. If you want true story stuff, I have Google. And I'll
Yes.
and then
Ask
she
Google,
yells it out.
Ask Google, who is Timmy Boyle?
Yeah.
And then ask, who is Mary Jane Baker? But you have to ask Google,
Yeah,
not
ask,
Alexa.
Ask Google, who is Timmy Boyle?
Yes.
Who is Mary Jane Baker?
Yes.
That's a test. And then mention in the comments below this video.
Yeah,
and
what
let
it
us know.
says.
Yeah, tell us what it said.
Yeah.
All right. Let's teach Timmy. Like when
Okay.
it's teaching Timmy day, I get
You're
all
going to have
excited.
to move that skate, though.
Or please don't send me away.
He's crying.
Please don't send me away.
Bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Boot. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh my God. It's
The
like the IKEA commercial. Do you remember that one with the
Podcast
lamp?
people are wondering what in the world's going on. Why are they making weird voices?
Do you remember the IKEA lamp commercial?
Yeah, I made you cry.
Every time. Do you feel sorry for this lamp? I don't understand. It's just a lamp. You left it on the curb. That's why. It's a perfectly good lamp.
I can't get my boot back on.
Okay,
All right, I
so
won't put
teaching
it where I
Timmy. We're going to need your space there.
Teaching Timmy.
It's hands-on, but not quite hands-on.
Okay.
So,
all right.
like I said, we're trying to build education for newbies.
Yes.
So, new consumers, just like babies, small children, when you're introducing new food into their diet, you should introduce one new thing at a time, and you should monitor how they react.
Right.
So, in this, we are going to, I got you a nice binder.
So it says healthcare, but it
Yes.
also says heal, care, THC. Well, I guess it says heal R. Anyways, doesn't matter. It has THC in the middle.
Yes.
I like how you did that.
Yes, thank you.
Healthcare.
I would like to take credit for that, but
But it's not
it's
you?
not my idea, no.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a very good idea. Whoever did it.
Yes. So I got you a binder specifically instead of a little book with like pages that are stuck in it, because I feel if you're going to have a book, you should be able to move the pages around.
Okay.
Just so that way, if you know, some people like tabs, you put all the strains that you like in the front, all the strains you don't like in the back. You can organize it by indica, sativa, hybrid, however you want to do it, alphabetical order, yada, yada.
Okay, I can see already the benefit of having a notebook. It seems like a lot. It's kind of like how I learned so much about my diet
Yep.
when I started to track my food. And some people are like, "Oh, I don't want to take the time to track my food, and it takes too much time." But when I was tracking my food daily for like a month solid when I first started doing it, I learned so much about how poorly I was eating, how quickly I can get carbs in, how quickly the sugar can go up, how little fiber I was getting.
Well, it's not
And I
only
can see that can happen with cannabis. Is like there's so much science that you've been teaching me about.
Well, for somebody that has, like myself, who has adverse reactions to certain foods, I've had to keep a food diary. Like you're saying, track what you're eating. If I end up getting an upset stomach or a bathroom issue later on in the day, I can then go back over that book and say, now, what did I eat?
Right.
What did I put in my body that made me feel so crappy? And this is exactly the purpose of the book, is because as you're trying new things, even consumers that have been smoking for years, maybe you have never tried an edible, or you had an edible and you had a bad experience. This is a great way to monitor what you're taking, how much, and all of that.
Right, because we've talked about the fact that when we first met, and you had introduced me, because I was like, I want to try some new things, and
Yes.
you introduced me to cannabis, and 3 times I took it. All 3 of them were very different responses.
Yep.
The third one made me say, I'm not going to smoke again. Obviously,
And the third one, I'll let you know, Timmy, was about 23% THC.
right, which I've learned recently is pretty high.
Yes.
Right? So I can see the value of something like this because I don't actually remember anything about. I know the 3 experiences that I had,
This was 2 years ago.
but I don't know what
Like this
they,
is this
what
is
they
over
were.
2 years ago.
So
it's
yeah,
been,
it would be interesting to have written this down even at the time, and we'll walk through some of it now because I'm interested to know what kind of questions you would even ask.
Absolutely.
But to go back and go, like say, I wanted to have a smoke one day. Like I'm not opposed to ever. I don't see myself necessarily doing it, but who knows? I didn't see
you could
myself.
be at a party, later
Yeah.
on this summer, and somebody might say, "Hey, would you like a cannabis beverage?"
And it would be good for me to know what affected me and what didn't. So I would know. I would be.
Well, that's
it's all
the
about
thing.
being informed, right?
Drinking and eating, as we've learned, hits you differently than smoking.
Right.
Different THC levels, different products, different everything. So in your book,
Okay, so what would I do? How would I track this for
Okay.
newbies who are out there?
so first page, you're going to write at the very top the date and time of day.
Date and time of day.
Yeah.
So am I doing
Just
today's
put
date?
just put date and then put time of day.
Date and time.
Because we're going to leave yours blank for now.
Okay, so date and time.
Yeah.
Do you think that is important for, like, does cannabis affect you? Like, if I was to track something like this, could I be able to pick up a pattern and go, wait a minute, in the evenings it affects me different, or in the mornings, or
So you are a statistics person?
yes. See, I would break all this down.
You absolutely, and this is why I'm going to give you a couple different things, okay? And we'll talk about what you're getting at after you get all this on the paper, okay?
Cool. Yeah.
So, how are you feeling before?
Okay. So before feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in brackets, if you needed to, you could put like stressed, tired, happy.
Right.
So basically your overall state.
Okay.
Then you're going to put, what did you consume? So was it flour? Was it an edible?
Was it a tincture?
Right.
Was it a topical?
What?
Was it
what did you?
Concentrate extract?
Yes, you got it.
Nailed
All right. Okay. So what did you consume?
Okay. What did I consume?
Was it an edible? Right. I said that. What strain was it? If it was flour.
Is that a different line?
So this is in the what do you consume?
Mm-hmm.
You need to break it down.
Okay. So it would be like, so I'd have to rewrite this out to make, we should have like some sort of like.
We might have to do this digitally and see if we could do like a spreadsheet.
Yeah. Can we do that? Can we create kind of like a downloadable printout?
I think maybe we should. So that way people can get this.
Yeah.
Because this would be a great tool.
Okay. So I would have to mark down my strain.
Yep.
And I'd have
what
to mark
form
down
of
the
cannabis
form.
was it?
Yeah.
And then you have to do how much of it.
My goodness. See, this is the thing, is that right away I can already, like, by not doing this, it's just, it's like it's a flat out crapshoot, because what if you could have the same strain, but take it in a different form, and the only thing you change is how much. So you could have the same strain, same form, and then you change the quantity, and that could affect it. Or if you change the form but have the same strain and the same quantity, that could affect it.
What about your mood?
There's a whole, I can see.
What about your mood?
People
Your
don't want to
mood
take the
can
time to
affect
do
this.
this, but I would suggest just because I've seen what it does for me with food, changed my life once I realized what food was doing to me.
Well,
I can see the value of this.
People don't do this with alcohol either, but they should. Most people just go to the beer store, they buy a 12-pack of beer, and then, they drink the 12 and go, oh, I don't feel so good. And next time they know, maybe I'll try 6.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like it's a trial and error, but you should be writing this stuff down.
Yeah, okay.
So the other thing you should, after how much, would be how are you feeling afterwards?
So that's the after feeling.
Yeah.
After feeling.
And then just have a spot for notes. Anything you want to write. Sometimes a certain strain might make you feel creative.
Okay. Yeah, this as a stat person, I would run this through a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I know
right
you
away,
would.
because I'd want to see stuff like if any of these factors, I can understand now why like medical experiments and scientific experiments take so long sometimes to figure out, because Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Mary Jane. He's the newbie,
She's the Doobie, and this is the show
where weed
we
tote cannabis
talk.
from both sides.
Is that even possible?
We're still in entertainment. Bring it on.
I've got a dewdrop to test to test out
So-
today.
You
And this
showed
is
that
made-
to us, but
This is
how
made
does it
by
work?
Dave.
Yeah,
Electric.
Dave, and I'm gonna mess up pronouncing his last name.
Pereira.
Roperas, correct.
Yeah.
Or Electric Dave on Instagram.
Yeah, and he's
He-
also the maker of the Happle.
Correct. And I've got that.
So
Right
it's
here.
not Electric Dave though.
No, it's electric.
Electric. Electric.
Yeah,
Just so you know,
yeah, correct.
when you're looking for him.
ERRLECTRIC.
Electric.
Yeah.
Electric.
So there you go. This is his
Here,
dewdrop.
hold on now. Here, hold on. There you go.
This is
Yeah.
the dewdrop. As you can see, it's nice and clean, and it's nice and clean because I have not used it yet.
Okay.
On the top of the stem, this is the piece where your hash will stick to.
Mm-hmm.
You light your hash, you stick it in here, and
In the water?
Yeah, I've put
Hash goes
water.
in the water.
Yeah, no,
Well,
there's a glass enclosure.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right, and then
Here, let's make you bigger.
Nice.
Oh.
Wrong one.
Oh. It's not going bigger than that. No. Okay, just go ahead, Al.
Okay, it's probably So there you go. It's hand blown. Dave does them all, and we've seen Dave at many events.
Oh yeah.
And so now
He's
he
very,
does
very well known in the community
correct.
and an amazing blower.
I've got some hash here. Now, what I have found, some hash will work really well, and some hash will melt.
Uh-oh.
And when it melts, it makes it a little harder for it to burn because it's melting. So,
Well, yeah, because it's also dripping.
correct, exactly. So I got leaves falling on me.
Yeah, you know what? It's really weird here. It was green up until about 3 days ago, and now everything's starting to
Falling,
turn.
yeah. So I've got some hash burning here.
Do you find you waste a lot with these toys?
No.
No.
Okay, just gotta make sure it's burning. It's not burning. Come on, hash. I should have maybe put some on here previously. Tested it out. But then I would have smoked it all. Yeah, I got her going.
I haven't had any hash in a while.
So I put it inside there. You can see it filling up with smoke. You just see it doing its thing. It sort of looks like our background.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth. Oh,
Wow,
yes.
nice.
Yes, I like this.
And you could flavor the water as well, eh?
Yeah, I imagine you could. Yeah.
Put a couple of droppings of some terpenes or something in there.
And it's very, very nice. Dave says it's got a new reinforced stem on it here. And I'll tell you, this lid, it's just glass on glass. I have to tilt that to clear the chamber. It seals that well. Yeah, it's got the little bubbler in the bottom. 4 coals. The handle for this has got some ridges on it, so it's not a completely smooth surface, so it's good to grip onto. And,
And
the thing about smoking hash too is it goes forever.
and what's the price range on those? You could have just said you don't know, Al.
I don't I don't know. I don't know. Now I can tell you, the apple that I've got, the apple here,
Yeah.
I purchased it at Spirit Leaf in Campbellford, and it's a smaller version. I gotta clean it. This was $55, but it depends on the store, right?
Yes.
But if anybody's interested in one of these,
You can buy direct from Dave.
correct. Yeah, check your store, your local store, if you see if they've got one. Oh, good stuff.
I was checking out
Or,
another store. It says it's $55 too.
Pardon me?
I was just checking out a couple other stores. They're $55 too.
$55.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's coined one of the best hash pipes in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
no wonder Nugs was like, we want to brand it.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you got a little cough on me, but
yeah, but that's a concentrate for me.
That's right. Exactly.
Any concentrate can make
nice,
you hack.
Nice, and it pulls nicely. It's easy to hold on to. And then it'll be easy to clean. Just like the apple will be easy to clean as well.
I put my student glass, I take it apart and put it in the dishwasher on the top.
Well, there you go. I don't know if I'd put that in the dishwasher, but
yeah, it might be a little too thin.
yeah, but it's good stuff. So you can check out Dave's Instagram at Electric Dave, ERRLECTERIC Dave. Should have probably pulled him up on Instagram. And here is his page right here. There we go. Electric Dave. Some of his posts of his stuff. Oh, look at that. He's put an e-nail on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, I was wondering if the top had a different feature because it looks
wow. Different. That is cool. I might be able to do that. I might be able to do that.
You know what? I enjoy I use the student glass more as a bong than I don't even have water in it at the moment.
But no, you just use it dry.
Just use it dry with the module as my vaporizer, and throw some shatter in there or some diamonds. I've got one scoop of diamonds left. Yeah,
right.
It's my movie watching bong. I don't own a bong. That's the only thing. I use my shatterizer and my student glass.
Now here it is with a banger on it. Is that a banger on the front of it there?
Yeah, that's. I was wondering because the way the thing, it just looks different.
Yeah.
Here, let's make it big, Al. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That's cool.
Funny. I've got like 6 bongs and I don't use any of them. Oh, 7, 8. 8 bongs.
Now he's got.
I've got a glass one, a raw one up there on the shelf, but I don't use it.
So he's got a bowl on it.
Yeah,
there.
He basically made it like it's in everything.
Yeah,
it's gonna smoke everything. Flour, concentrates.
Yeah, you can see he's changing it out, eh?
Yeah.
The drop.
You're a genius.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. I wondered because as soon as I seen that, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I've seen the hash kettle for years, but you look at the hash kettle prices, holy fucking shit. You could buy like 6 or 7 of the Happles.
Yeah.
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 Why would you buy that other thing?
Steven, fuck off.
There he is. I'm getting, okay, yeah.
That's the e-nail.
With the e-nail on it. Yep,
Oh.
carb. Nice. Nice job, Dave.
Just beauty.
Yeah.
Very
Check out his
nice.
Instagram. Check out his products. No doubt about that. It works. Looks like it's multifunctional.
The dewdrop.
Yeah.
Dewdrop.
Yeah.
How many dews does a dewdrop drop if a dewdrop could drop dew?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Dave.
You should post that in our chat. Post a link to his Instagram in the chat here in the comments.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I think. Oh, hang on.
Yeah. How much dew would a dewdrop drop if a dewdrop could
Okay.
drop dew?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just repeat to see if I could say.
How much hash could a Apple hash if a Apple hash could Apple hash?
If a hash could happle, or if a happle could hash.
Sound drunk. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Mary Jane. He's the newbie,
She's the Doobie, and this is the show
where we tote cannabis
talk.
from both sides.
Is that even possible?
Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net, where you will find the 420 Pace re-rolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this toke.